Okay, so if you're an orthodontist, I'm willing to bet you've been seeing a very specific kind of marketing agency in your feeds lately. They're everywhere, and they're making some pretty bold promises about filling your chairs. We're going to break down exactly what they're offering, how it all works, and what you really need to know.
Does this headline sound familiar? Guaranteed Invisalign patients or your money back? It's the hook, plastered all over Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. It's an incredibly powerful offer. What's really behind that promise?
So what we're talking about here is really a new breed of marketing agency. They focus on one thing and one thing only, like Invisalign cases for orthodontic clinics, and they operate on a totally different model than the traditional agencies you might be used to. At the very heart of this is the pay-per-patient model. So instead of paying a big flat retainer, say $3,000 to $5,000 a month and kind of crossing your fingers, you pay for a specific result, a new patient booked in your schedule. It feels so much more direct, right? But it is important to know that these offers usually have some other costs, like a setup fee or a minimum ad spend. The key takeaway, though, is that your payment is tied directly to their performance. How do they actually do it?
It's actually a highly refined, super automated system that's built for one thing: converting leads. It really boils down to a three-step process. First, they run paid ads with these irresistible offers. Free consultation, $500 off, to get people to click. Step 2, they send that traffic to a special landing page, not your main website. This page has one job: capture that person's name, email, and phone number. Step 3 is all about automation. As soon as that info is in, a whole system of texts, emails, and sometimes even a call center jumps on that lead instantly to get them booked, taking all that pressure off your front desk.
The guarantee. This is what makes the whole offer feel so safe, so compelling. But, the word guarantee can mean a few different things depending on who you're talking to. So let's break down the 3 main types you're likely to see out there. This table really clears things up. The most common model by far is pay-per-show. It's simple. A person physically shows up for their consultation, you pay the agency fee. Pay per start. You only pay after a patient has actually signed on the dotted line and started treatment. It's amazing, but it's also pretty rare. And finally, you have the money-back guarantee. This is where if the agency doesn't hit a certain target of appointments, they give you some or all of your money back. Each one shifts the risk just a little bit. Now, let's talk about the reality. This is where we need to slow down a bit, because like with any offer that sounds this good, the devil is always in the details, or in this case, the fine print of that contract. This is probably the single biggest thing to watch out for. When an agency guarantees a qualified patient, you have to ask, what does qualified actually mean? A lot of the time, it just means someone clicked an ad and booked an appointment. It does not mean they're a good clinical candidate, and it certainly doesn't mean they can financially afford the treatment. That definition is absolutely critical. Let's be crystal clear on this one. That pay-per-patient fee you pay the agency, that is almost always completely separate from the money that's actually spent on the ads themselves. So you are typically responsible for both the agency's fee and the ad budget for Facebook and Google. They are 2 different costs that you need to account for. And remember that money-back guarantee we talked about? It almost always comes with some serious strings attached. To even be eligible for it, you might be required to use the agency's exact patient communication scripts. Or you might have to respond to new leads within like 5 minutes. If you don't hold up your end of the bargain, even on a technicality, that whole guarantee can just go poof. You might be wondering, why are these agencies just everywhere right now? It's not a fluke. There are some powerful forces at play in the market that have created the absolute perfect environment for this business model to explode over the last couple of years. And really, it all boils down to this one simple number: $7,000. With the average Invisalign treatment costing that much, the lifetime value of a single new patient is just enormous. It means that an agency can afford to spend a lot of money on ads to get that one patient, and there's still plenty of profit left over for both them and for the clinic.
And when you compare the models side by side, you can really see why this is so appealing. The old way felt like such a gamble, didn't it? You'd write this big check for a retainer and you were paying for effort, not for actual results.
That brings us to the big question at the end of all this. Is this pay-per-patient model a true low-risk revolution in dental marketing that's finally putting clinic owners in the driver's seat? Or is it just the same old marketing game, just wrapped up in a prettier package with a brand new kind of fine print? The answer, as always, is probably somewhere in the middle. But now at least you're equipped to find it.